One gentleman recently complained to me about the very low rate of response to his emails from the lawyers who he's been trying to contact. So he told me that he sent an initial email inquiry for legal help to about 20 lawyers in his area, and only 2 of them got back to him. The moment I looked at that inquiry, the moment I looked at that email that he was sending out, it became abundantly clear to me why the response rate from lawyers was so low. That inquiry was over 15 pages long. The following advice applies to many different industries, not just the law, but you have to keep in mind that when the lawyer on the other end receives such a long email, one or more than one red flag immediately goes up in his mind. He immediately assumes that the person who sent this email belongs to the category of people, the category of potential clients that lawyer would really want to avoid. Someone who is overly demanding, someone who is overly emotional or emotionally unstable, someone who has absolutely no clue on how to communicate. And while this is a very harsh way of thinking, and while this is certainly not always true, many lawyers think that way. Many lawyers jump into these conclusions, especially when they receive many emails every day and they have to pick and choose between which emails they will respond first, which emails they will respond second, and which emails they will simply forget about. So think about it. And again, this applies to many different industries, not just the law. When you receive a 15-page email, either you're going to make all of these harsh assumptions, or you're going to say, you know what, I don't have time to look at it right now. I'm going to wait till later. So you're going to look at this email the following day, maybe in 2 days, and you might even forget about looking at that email, and you might forget about replying at all. Or you might remember a week later, and at that point, you are going to assume, oh, that person probably already got the help and the attention that they were looking for, so it's too late to reply now. While this would not be the most professional behavior from a lawyer or any other professional, it happens, and it happens a lot. There is no reason for your initial email, for your initial inquiry to the lawyers who you're trying to contact to be longer than 2 or 3 paragraphs. There is no reason to go to an excruciatingly small details of your potential issue or of your potential case. Let me give you a couple of examples. Let's say you believe you've been discriminated and wrongfully terminated from your job. You don't need to submit your resume to the lawyers. You don't need to talk about your career and your accomplishments. All you have to say is, I've been working as such and such at this type of company for this long. I've been terminated on this date, and I believe that the reason for my termination was retaliation, because 3 days before I was terminated, I complained about sexual harassment. And here is my email that I sent complaining about it. That's it. 3-4 sentences tell the story. That type of email will capture the attention of the employment lawyers immediately. They see this person who is writing knows what's up. They know how to write. They know how to communicate. They get to the point. Those are the type of clients that every lawyer wants to work with. Let me give you a few more examples. Let's say you have a potential case arising out of a dispute with your business partner. Dear lawyer, I have a dispute with a business partner. I suspect that he is stealing profits from the business. I would like to look into it. I would like to potentially liquidate our business. When can we talk? That's it. 3-4 sentences tell the story. The rest can be discussed later. Another example, an injury case. Let's say you have a slip and fall case at a club. Dear lawyer, 2 weeks ago, I was at a club and around midnight, I slipped and fell on the floor. The floor was wet for a while because it has been raining. The rain has been coming in. Nobody was cleaning the floor near the exit. There were no warning signs. So I believe there is negligence on the part of that business, on the part of the club. That's it. Again, 3, 4, 5 sentences. I realize that it's not necessarily that easy for layman to know what's important and what's not important to include to the initial inquiry. But again, generally, you should be able to summarize your inquiry, summarize your issue in 5 or 6 sentences or in 1 or 2 paragraphs. And I guarantee you that the response rate from lawyers is going to be way, way better than otherwise. This is not the only reason that lawyers will or will not respond to a potential inquiry, but it's a big one. So keep this in mind the next time you contact an attorney about any issue that you need legal help with. Thank you.